Now, on to the 5 markers. Remember, there's one of these on every paper. A typical question here, analyze one way a business might raise productivity levels, 5 marks. Now, the rubrics are always the same for these 5 markers, so you can see they're putting 1 mark for knowledge and understanding, 2 marks for application, and 2 marks for analysis. Great, and this is what children try and read in the mark scheme and think they can mark it themselves. Well, you can't. Again, it's pretty confusing, and I think it often misleads a few of you. So, just to get some background on this, AO3 analysis, they're very clear. Limited analysis, they show only 1 link in the chain of analysis. That story, look back on the other video. Developed analysis, by their words, candidates show 2 or more links in the chain of analysis. So here's how I respond with this one. Now we've got the application in here again, so even though it isn't a resource paper, you have got to come up with an example, a real life example. Make it real, not say a business, actually think of a business. That's the best way to explain something, to make it real, to show you understand business. So in this one here, here's an example. Question, analyze one way a business might raise productivity levels. Well, I've said Nike, for example. So straight away I'm thinking about application. Nike could work with its manufacturing partners to train all factory workers. That's my knowledge point, tick. That is knowledge. I've learned that, I've used the ECM Tutors apps, I've read the book, it is a fact. If I don't have that knowledge, forget it, I've lost the rest of the marks. If that's wrong, that's how it can all go wrong if you don't revise properly. But that is correct, that unlocks the remaining marks. So now what I need is to explain that. What do we mean? Why? Why does training the workers increase productivity? And we've really got to break it down as if you've got someone really foolish in front of you, keeping it as simple as possible. They could select the most effective and efficient workers and have the other workers observe them. I'm explaining what I mean by that. Now I'm into my chain of analysis. This means that less productive workers will learn new techniques for operating sewing machines. Therefore, all workers will be able to work faster with fewer mistakes. Consequently, if they are motivated, workers will make more shoes in a shorter period of time, increasing efficiency. That is going to get me hitting. The knowledge mark was correct. That unlocked the application where I've clearly got an example and it's well explained, talking about sewing machines and Nike. Had to think it up myself, didn't come from anywhere, I just thought of the best example. And then I've got developed analysis because I showed the consequences, how one thing led to another.